We want to go to Chief Meteorologist Tom Brannon, who's going to
come on over here.
Us. Tom, the snow, as we said, has stopped. Still cold out there. That is the big worry, right?
Yeah, the good news, the winter storm warnings have all expired. The precipitation has stopped, although there's a weak disturbance in Oklahoma that may sling a couple of more snowflakes. The improvement process is beginning. The sunshine today helped a little, more sunshine tomorrow. And warmer temperatures, guys. So let's get to it. Let's take a look at what's happening outside. The end of the day, there's that bank of clouds from that weak disturbance that will be moving over the central part of Arkansas a little later this evening. Again, just a very small chance of some snow flurries from that. But you can see a lot of white out on those roads, lots of ice, and it's compacted pretty heavily, and it's tough to get around in. So yeah, let's hope for better days. Got some sunshine coming up tomorrow that will help to melt that layer, hopefully. There's the next little wave. It's a little batch of some light snow, and it looks as if it's going to move through west central, parts of north central Arkansas, then out of the state. Temperatures, the cold air really begins to settle in tonight as skies clear out behind that little system. Our readings are expected to drop into the single digits. We're at 24 right now, Harrison 15. It's 25 down in Camden. Factoring the wind in, and it feels a lot colder. 3 above Harrison, 11 Little Rock, 25 Camden. Feels like 12 in Jonesboro. Hour by hour tonight, as the numbers drop off, skies will clear out, and by early tomorrow morning, we'll bottom out somewhere around 5 degrees in Little Rock. Some places will be around 0 or maybe even below 0. Weather impact alert for the cold air continues. Sunshine Monday and Tuesday. High temperatures only in the 30s. We get above freezing finally on Tuesday, and that will help further melt what is out there, but the refreeze is going to happen at night. I'll have more on your forecast we'll look at here in just a few minutes.
All right, Tom, thank you. We got a few updates for you tonight, including an Arkansas teenager who has died after a sledding accident.
The Saline County Sheriff's Office confirmed the news today. It happened yesterday. Officials say the 17-year-old was on a tube being pulled by an ATV when they struck a tree. No other details out of the Saline County Sheriff's Office being released tonight. And the snow is causing some major damage tonight. This video from Lindsay's Resort in Heber Springs shows just how heavy the ice and snow can be. Their dock collapsed early this morning under all that weight. No injuries reported. In fact, the dock folks there in a Facebook post said, "We will pivot to accommodate our guests. This will slow us down just a little bit, but we aren't defeated," unquote. Got a similar scene here in Little Rock along the Arkansas River where an awning collapsed onto several houseboats at the Little Rock Yacht Club. Yeah, Catherine Rowley caught up with some of those people impacted. Catherine?
Hey, Brooke and Rolly, we've moved a little bit closer to the station. We didn't want to get stuck on some of those roads going into the yacht club, but I did. A lot of those people there say that that's where they were staying because of the storm, and they were staying there to actually watch their boats. So it looks just terrible. About 22 people in total were evacuated from their boats, and they're not allowed back right now. The canopy that was overlooking, it was called a structure collapse by the West Pulaski Fire Department, but they are not allowed back on their boats. The structure was continuing to collapse while we were there. The fire chief actually told me that it was worse than this morning when he was originally out. So at 10 we have some sound from them. Also, the Coast Guard is involved making sure that the oil from any of the boats that were hit, one boat was completely sunk. So we have that tonight at 10. And again, the Coast Guard is involved making sure that the environmental cleanup does happen. On our way back, we did see an ambulance that was actually stuck right near Rodney Parham, one of those exits. There were several crews out there that were trying to get that ambulance unstuck, but this is only one of the structure collapses that we've seen in the area. Just the combination of snow and sleet has really been a problem for these metal structures. We also have some tips on how to keep your metal structures safe from the West Pulaski Fire Department. We'll have that later tonight in Little Rock. Catherine Rowley, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Catherine, for that update. A look at some more spots with damage. The snow and sleet causing problems with a couple metal buildings and structures, like Catherine mentioned. We showed you the roof at a Murphy gas station that collapsed earlier.
Yeah, here's a look at a couple of other buildings. They've struggled with the elements today. A pair of them on Albert Pike, some pretty major damage there. The Window Mart and Arkansas Furniture buildings out along the highway. Nobody hurt, and the gas station collapsed, and we haven't heard of any other injuries with these other buildings as well.
We want to make sure you're staying safe out there. Hopefully you are staying home and not getting out in it. The most dangerous spots right now are those icy roads.
Journey Taylor, she joins us now. She's been all over the region in Weather Force 11, safely bringing you these live looks on the roads. Journey, where are you at now?
Yeah, good evening, Rolly and Brooke. Definitely safety is key here. You don't have to get out. I say don't do it, but we've been out and about. We've been traveling all across the metro. I'm going to turn my camera where we're driving into Jacksonville at this time. This is a live look from our roof camera. This is on top of our brand new Weather Force 11. We're traveling through Jacksonville on 67, 167. You know, they've been doing a lot of that construction, so RDOT has also made their way through here, but you can see there's still certain areas along the lanes where it can be a little patchy. Our biggest concern, of course, is with the lanes being passable right now. What may happen overnight? With temperatures not going anywhere near above freezing, we may be dealing with these same conditions tomorrow. It could also be dangerous. And a lot of areas, not necessarily right here, but a lot of areas that we've traveled in, we've seen a lot of water. And what does that happen when it freezes? It turns into black ice. So if you do have to get out tonight, maybe you have to get to the hospital because you work at the hospital. You have to get somewhere that's truly important and you have to be there. Take your time. Take your time. We've seen some dangerous, crazy driving today. We don't advise it. We don't advise it at all. So if you have to get out, take your time. And of course, remember, always check iDrive before you have to get out. I now want to send it over to South Arkansas to my teammate, Carter Thweet. Carter, tell me a little bit more what you're seeing over there.
Well, Journey, would definitely agree with you that driving maybe not a great idea. Now, my cameraman Nick and I were able to make it out of Whitehall today and to Pine Bluff, which is where we've been trying to go to check out the conditions, but things are still not great. For example, behind me, I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is a semi back there that's stuck. We wanted to be far away. We didn't want to be right up on them or anything, but they are stuck. So some of these city streets are not great. The interstates, though, are looking a lot better. This is some video I took earlier. Excuse our windshield wipers in it, but it's of Interstate 530, and you can see this was some of the best that it looked. In other places it was a little icier, but generally they had one lane clear pretty much that entire time. And for reference, we're driving at around 40 miles per hour in these clips. And so the interstates in this area are looking pretty good, but Pine Bluff and these sorts of areas were hit with a lot of snow that they really did not expect. And so that's kind of obviously made conditions a lot worse. We're going to continue to monitor it. Again, we were able to drive on it, but still wouldn't necessarily recommend. In Pine Bluff, I'm Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.